You're doing your presidential hopeful a disservice. There are no polling units on social media. Stop attacking people who don't support your candidates. Politics of ignorance or bitterness? Of the 30% of Nigeria's eligible voters who actually do vote, the Northwest alone has the total votes of the entire South. Reason: even though for fairness and oneness, power should come to the South after 2 terms of a Northern leader, but what you ought to do is persuade people of the competence of your candidate, not fighting awful fights. Nigeria needs a competent leader. Full stop. President Buhari's tenure didn't favor the North. That's if you ignore the nepotistic appointments. But insecurity has worsened across the entire North. Terrorists bombed the rail track, killed people, and abducted many in Kaduna. What did the Northern president do? Nigeria has happened to these victims of terrorism. May they all come back alive and well. I do not remember President Obasanjo's 8 years doing anything for the Southwest in particular. That you want the next president from your region will not change your life for the better if he or she doesn't have the capacity and competence to lead the country to greatness. Also, political parties win elections here. Except a candidate from a relatively unknown political party is hoping people will stamp on their party logos in error. Their parties need billions to have one representative in over 11,000 polling units in the country. And that's logistics of transportation and feeding for volunteers alone. The money your candidate is using to persecute his presidential ambition in an unknown party may be better utilized in pursuing a seat in the National Assembly. That's 10 to 15 local governments, less polling units to monitor. I keep saying this every opportunity I get. Let's encourage competent people who truly want to serve Nigeria to head to the National Assembly first. And now, we concentrate on the presidency so much, like they will wield magic wands, while ignoring the most important governments, the local government, state assemblies, and the National Assembly, and end up with rubber stamp assemblies. The people who ought to hold governments accountable end up living off of them. Nigerians, who bewitched you? Governor Soludo has a better chance of running for presidency now. Same thing with former National Assembly members, particularly those of them who were former governors. And this isn't just about any single candidate, it's Nigeria's political structure. That's why a presidential candidate got about 20,000 votes in the 2019 general elections, while a relatively unknown candidate going to the National Assembly got about 200,000 votes. The same thing will happen to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, minus agenda. You know, some Nigerians they still have issues about a woman leading them, competent or not. Or even Akinwumi Adesina, if they ran for president in an unknown party today. Structure is really simple. Most people will vote for 2 devils in the 2 major political parties than a saint in an unknown party. They don't want to waste their votes. Typical example, after trying thrice, even President Buhari gave up, with his call following up north, because the South just wasn't voting for him. What of Patutomi, Gani Fawehinmi, Odumegu Ojukwu, regional champions? You need a political party with strong individuals who have followership across the country to become Nigeria's president. No Messiah can do it alone, with just his own followers. It won't happen. Maybe sometime in the future. My advocacy today, therefore, is preaching for our political elites to be wise. Nigeria needs us to come together to fight the enemies of Nigeria, not dividing the ranks for selfish personal ambitions. By the way, when implementing 35% affirmative action, please choose competent women. Nigeria has women of culture, timber, and caliber. Don't put your son's wife in your government and tell us it's affirmative action. Except she's the best candidate for the position, that is. I know we all know the right things to do. I just know the here word. I will go dust my books for my PhD. By the way, remember to succeed in 2022.